on winning football games as you do and do throughout the years. When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Marketing come up with that for him. Those were his phrases that he came up with, that he believed in.
Just win. Play hard. Try not to make mistakes. But don't worry about mistakes, because there's only one thing that counts. Just win.
Yo. Welcome to another episode of the 2-for-1 Nation podcast, man. I'm one of your hosts, SD Raiders Talk, aka boy Eric. And again, the other half of the 2-for-1 Nation podcast, home of the congregation and the Brown Crackers. My brother here, RaiderTwuan, in the building. What's good, Twuan?
Hey, what's good? Y'all know what it is. 2-for-1 Nation podcast. Two brothers for one nation. And y'all know it's the Raider Nation. Blessings to everybody out there.
Blessings to everybody, indeed. But hey, tell me how you doing, man, this week. You feel me? It's a different week. You feel me? A different week than last week, but the same old week every Sunday, man. How you feeling, though?
Hey, I feel all right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I got breath in my body. You know what I'm saying? I still got a roof over my head. I can't complain.
That's a fact. And of course, another loss. I think it's, what is it, 7 straight?
Yes,
7 straight losses. Who would have thought that this season would have been like that, right? Who would have thought? Because I know nobody really predicted this bad of a season. I know some people predicted us to go like 500, but not this bad. 2 wins to this point is pretty ridiculous. We, of course, get swept by the Broncos. We get swept. And, yeah, before we said that, shout out to Anthony Strada coming on in already early, man. Shout out to everybody coming on in slowly but surely. Shout out to you, man. Of course, the Raiders, Broncos, we get swept. They get the revenge. We've been sweeping them for the last 4 or 5 years, I believe, the last 45 years, and they finally sweep us. I just want to get your quick thoughts on it and stuff like that, and it kind of leads us to some of the topics. But how did you feel about the game overall, what you seen, and different things like that?
To be honest with you, I don't think the game wasn't that bad. I think there were some things, of course, some things we got to take care of. We weren't in a position, I'll say this, we weren't in a position where we really hurt ourselves. It was just not, you know what I'm saying? Like what the Broncos were actually doing against us, it made complete sense. And they continued to do that same thing because there was nothing we could really do about it. Mm-hmm. And, it really boiled down to our secondary. Mm-hmm. Our secondary, you know what I'm saying, with Darnay Holmes and DCAM and, you know what I'm saying, our 4th and 5th corners, you know what I'm saying, going out there, that's what's going to happen.
Yep. And
it really didn't surprise me much. Could have they beat us more? Of course.
Yeah. For sure.
But I it's no surprise to me.
No, yeah, 100%. And I think it kind of leads me to one of the main topics of today, to be honest, which is obviously, you kind of said it, a little bit of the secondary play. And, just wanted, me to say the quick thoughts on the Broncos game as a whole. Did I expect that to happen? I mean, it was a possibility knowing how our season has gone. But at the end of the day, we had a chance to win another game, and yet we lose another game. It's the same old story. Did I see a little bit of progression here and there? But I will say that our run game was still not there at the end of the day. I know Sincere McCormick was, to be honest, our best running back, which doesn't say much because we didn't do too much on that back end. But of course, Gardner Minshew went 1-1, threw the ball 42 times. What do you expect when you want your quarterback to throw 42 times? And a quarterback of Gardner Minshew's caliber to throw 42 times, what do you expect? I mean, it's to the point where AJ Cole had to throw a pass, right? And threw a longer pass than any of our quarterbacks have thrown all season. So, yeah, of course. It was a tough game to watch. I will shout out Jacoby Myers was a highlight of that game. You know, over 120 yards for him. Showed that he could step up when needed. But besides that, obviously, fumbles after fumbles cost us a game again. Turnovers. Gardner Minshew fumbled. Desmond Ridder fumbled. Gardner Minshew also threw an interception. See, it's just a turnover battle every time. But this leads me to the secondary play. And let me shout out everybody coming on in. Matt Raider Ben, salute, Navy Vet. Salute, good to see you, man. SoCal Sal in the building was good. Good to see you guys. My hope balls on. Blessings to everybody coming on in slowly but surely. But talk to me about the secondary play, man. Our secondary. How did you feel, man?
You know, to be honest with you, it is what it is. You know, when you're expecting your fourth, you know what I'm saying, your fourth and fifth corner to go out there and try to shut people down, that's not what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You have Jack Jones out there, and I think Jack Jones was still, to be honest with you, I think he was still dealing with the injury. I don't think I don't think he came back fully healthy. You know, and I think the only reason why he you know was out there was because we really didn't have anybody at corner. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, hey, you know, it's one of those ones. Am I hurt or am I injured? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I still play? You know, can I play injured? Yeah, I can. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what Jack Jones was bringing to the table. But, you know, their highlight was really Cortland Sutton. And Cortland Sutton was going against a rookie, you know what I'm saying, that happens to be a fourth round corner. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it in that perspective, I feel like, and this is just my personal, you know what I'm saying, thought on it. I feel like any veteran should be able to, you know what I'm saying, out savvy a rookie. I don't care who that rookie may be. I feel like if you're a veteran in the NFL and you go against a rookie, you should be cooking him. Same thing like with the D line, you know what I'm saying, having a defensive end go against a tight end. You should be looking at your chops. Like, okay, oh, they stupid enough to put a tight end to block me? Oh, no. I'm just going to make this person look bad. And I think that's what pretty much Cortland Sutton did. He's like, hey, I'm a veteran. You're a rookie. I'm going to beat you. And I'm not saying that Cortland Sutton is the best wide receiver in the world either. I don't think he is that type of guy, but any vet should be able to beat a rookie. And that's, you know, that's kind of what we saw in the secondary.
Yep. And of course, what I've seen from the secondary play is the same old thing, right? Cameron Richardson getting burned. Now people are hating on the guy, saying that, hey, you know, some people are saying, you know, obviously, like you mentioned, it's a rookie and stuff like that. And then other people are saying that he's just garbage. Well, if you really, you know, in my opinion, right, and this is my opinion, when you look at the film coming out of college for Cameron Richardson, his strongest suit was never, you could even go back to my lives, I even when I was analyzing him, his strongest suit was never coverage. His strongest suit was tackling the football, tackling. And he led us in total tackles with 5 solo tackles. His key thing is tackling. I wasn't expecting him to be out there and cover the best receiver on the Broncos team and make him hold him to 10 yards. I knew he was going to get burned because of what I watched in college. That's why when we got the I forgot his name slips my mind because I think we let him go. But the boy out of Pitt that we picked up in the 7th round, I believe.
Oh, MJ Devonshire.
Yes, yes, Evan Devonshire. I always said that he was the better covered corner between him and DeCameron Richardson, but DeCameron Richardson was always the better tackler. I always said when Amik Robertson left, I said DeCameron Richardson could plug and play into that position because not the mentality, but the tackling ability and the blitzing ability. Now, when I seen obviously Cortland Sutton burn our whole team, it was pretty much a lot on DeCameron Richardson. And it's because the guy is not a coverage corner the way people think he is. He's not. And at the end of the day, it was bound to happen. And I mean, I got to give Bo Nix his flowers, right? At the end of the day, he's been playing really good as a quarterback in general. And you can only play the opponent in front of him. And obviously, he's been doing good for himself. But I will say that pretty much as long as you're accurate, you will get a lot of yardage. And Cortland Sutton was open on a lot of plays. So it was easy. It allowed somebody like Bo Nix as a rookie make his job easier to make throws that you could say is easy. So, he did his job and stuff like that. And besides that, our defense has been a little bit rocky in recent time. And a lot has to do with injuries. At the end of the day, it's not an excuse because next man up. But you could kind of see the lack of depth on the defensive line there. Because of, obviously Christian Wilkins out. We didn't think he was going to get injured the way he did. And then obviously Malcolm Kuntz, we didn't think he was going to get injured the way he did. So those are two key components on that defensive line. And I truly believe that if we had those two guys, this game would have been a lot different. But at the end of the day, injuries are a part of the game. No excuses. We lost again, 7 games in a row. Some interesting words from Antonio Pierce. He kind of came out and kind of said that it's the worst team in football versus the best team in football, pretty much. So, I mean, what did you think, man? What did you think about if you've seen the pressers, what has been said, the play? What did you feel about it?
I just feel like, and a lot of people fail to forget that the NFL is a game of matchups. And, that coach over there on that other side, Sean Payton, who do you think he's going to line up Cortland Sutton against? You know what I'm saying? Every opportunity that he's going to get, he's going, hey, let me test that rookie. Because he knows it. I mean, the word on the street is Jack Jones will pick you off. So why is he going to even? I'm not saying that Jack Jones is a lockdown corner, either way, but what's the safest route? Go test that rookie. So to line up Cortland Sutton, against the rookie was beneficial to them. Now, would I say, Cortland Sutton is, not Cortland Sutton, but DCAM is a bum? No. I don't think DCAM is that bad. I just feel like he's a rookie. He's going to make his rookie mistakes, and there's a whole lot that he needs to learn. You know what I'm saying? The physical ability is there. The tangibles are there. You know what I'm saying? The size, whatever you want to, all that looks good on DCAM, but he has to work out the other parts. And unfortunately, he's going to have to get that being out there on the field. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to deal with that again this week. Yeah. So the hope is that DCAM learns, game to game, so that when we get into next season in his sophomore year, he's even the more better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we just got to take the lump. We got to take the lumps. And, unfortunately, overall, our team is young like that, and we got to take the lumps.
That's a fact. And shout out to everybody coming on in, man. Like I said, I don't know if I salute you, but shout out to Raider Ben. Shout out to Billy Davis. Was good. Raiders Rebel in the building was good. Cool Kev. Salute to everybody coming on in, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Blessings. Hopefully everybody's having a better week this week. Jacoby Cook, because Sir Tan was busy guarding the tight end, keeping it bent there. I mean, that is true. I mean, you got to put your best corner against the tight end because our tight end is our number one receiver. Well, he should have said the best coach in the team in the NFL against the worst coach in the team. Andy Reid is one of the best coaches in the league right now. And yep, Antonio Pierce is technically everything wise, one of the worst ones. And it sucks, to say that, but it's the reality of it. And just obviously talking about the Raiders in general up to this point, and we'll talk about another, player right now on that defensive side of the ball. But coming up to this point for the Raiders, obviously it's not a season that a lot of us thought it was going to be. Like I said in the beginning of the live, and what I say in a lot of the beginning of the lives. Um, but I will say that this team is really looking forward to next year. And I didn't think to this point we would be thinking like that, but it's just the reality of it. We're one of the worst teams in football, record wise, play wise, a lot of injuries. There's a lot of things that, is the reasons why we're at 2 wins to this point. I mean, one, obviously, people could say coaching, right? The coordinators. And then, I mean, that kind of falls under coaching. But, continuing on, the running game, the offensive line, the quarterback play, you know, Twuan will join us right back soon. But obviously, even sometimes the questionable calls that we get thrown and the injuries, like I said, there's a lot of things to go on it. So, it sucks, that we're to this point. Obviously, Aidan O'Connell is back. So Aidan O'Connell looks like he's going to most likely start against the Chiefs, which it kind of already got announced. I think that he will start against the Chiefs on Black Friday, obviously, this week, right after tomorrow, right? But it's tough to the season with the way it's gone. And hopefully, and more hopefully, the Raiders could really utilize their cap space and their draft picks entering next season. And I'm, I hate talking like that, but that's where we're at, right? So, and the press conferences, I listen to it here and there. You can hear? You're good? Hello?
Yeah.
You good? You good?
Yeah.
I bet. But obviously, now kind of transitioning to a player, at Tyree Wilson, right? That's a topic today. Tyree Wilson is one of those guys that, slowly but surely has been getting a little better. I mean, tiny bit, I see it here and there, glimpses. But talk to me, Twuan. How do you feel about Tyree Wilson, and how has he, in your eyes, been playing recently? I think he's still having problems. Okay, we go continue. But for me, obviously, Tyree Wilson, this game had 4 total tackles, 3 solos, and 1 sack, and 2 tackle for losses. One of his best games as a Raider, right? He's been getting a little bit better. Will he ever live up to the first round pick? Hell no. And I'm gonna continue saying that. Hell no. But he has been getting better here and there. So that's a bright spot, right? Him getting better here. Any step forward is a step forward at the end of the day, and is a positive outlook, right? But obviously, Tyree Wilson, one of those guys I wasn't a fan of for a very long time. And, when we first drafted him, I'm here so I won't be fine. Shout out to All Eyes. What's good, All Eyes? Good to see you. Hope all is well. The Kool-Aid fucked us all up. Yep, the Kool-Aid did fuck us all up, and I drank the Kool-Aid as well. So that was my mistake. But now there's no drinking Kool-Aid no more. We could all agree that the team is not the team that we all thought it was, and we're a bad team. Now, obviously, we have draft picks entering next season, and I just wanted to say that Tyree Wilson has been a young player that slowly but surely has been getting better. So I'm glad for that. I can only hang my hat on people getting better. That's all I ask, especially this season. I want to play spoiler, which obviously we didn't play spoiler with the Broncos. They swept us, but I want to play spoiler with other teams. And there's some teams out there that are in playoff contention that we could spoil, and that's what I want. Because that's the team we are right now. We're spoilers. We're the spoiler team usually. Well, not usually, but now, right? But also I want to be able to have a good position entering next year, to really utilize those draft picks and utilize the cap space. So, because in my opinion, I think with the cap space we got and the pretty much the draft picks we got right now, we're in prime position to be a really good team, good football team next season on paper. And let me be honest. Let me say this again. On paper. There's a difference on paper to on the field. But on paper, we have a good chance of being a really good football team. On paper, talent-wise, if we utilize our cap space right and our draft picks right. But Twuan, you can hear me? You good?
Yeah.
Let me know how you feel about Tyree Wilson, man. How you think he been doing?
I think Tyree Wilson is getting a bad rap. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
A lot of people are just on that, you know, Tyree Wilson, he needs to get out of here, blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
And, you know, I get it, but I also am taking it into consideration of how they, the initial plans that they had for Tyree, whether I agree with them or not. You know what I'm saying? I think the first year that Tyree came in was pretty much his redshirt year. The injuries were definitely a factor. That wasn't just my perspective, but you know, even his defensive line coach has said that he was going through dealing with injuries his first year.
Yeah.
So this would be classified as his rookie year.
Yeah.
You know, and his production is not completely where it's like, oh wow, but he's doing a job. I'll say it like that. And I think we just need to kind of pump our brakes on it and just wait it out in regards to Tyree. I think the last stat that I've seen, the last 4 games, he's had 3 sacks. So pretty much 3 sacks out of 4 games ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? And he has some more games to go. So, you know, if he trends that way, he might end up being in a situation where he ends up having 6 or 7 sacks, you know, at the end of the season. So I'm kind of pausing it on him. You know, I think the get off actually has improved. I've seen that. You know what I'm saying? Can it get better? Of course. But I'm seeing the improvements. So, and I think that's the best thing we can ask for out of this situation.
And obviously, you know, like I said with Tyree Wilson, anything a step forward is good, is positive, you know. And that's how I am with every player on this team right now. Because at this point, we're really looking forward to next year. And at this shot is a question. I like your thoughts. We currently have the 3rd pick. Minshew done for the season. Hopefully, last snap as a Raider. I believe Aidan comes in and wins 2 games to get like the 5th or 6th pick. I mean, it just depends, right? For me, I just don't have too much positive outlook on the season. I mean, at the end of the day, we lost 7 straight. Would I like to snap that streak? Yeah, because I don't want to lose 8 straight. Hopefully, we beat the Chiefs, right, on Black Friday. I hope so, right? But, you know, at the end of the day, we can only hope. And for me, as of right now, with the 3rd pick as of right now, if the season were to end now, the Jacksonville Jaguars would be ahead of us, and the New York Giants will be number 2, which, in my opinion, with the New York Giants pretty much, you know, cutting Daniel Jones, it looks like they're most likely going to go for a quarterback. And as far as the Jacksonville Jaguars, they just gave Trevor Lawrence a deal, I believe. So they're not looking for a quarterback. So they might go, and I think Travis Etienne, they're fine with Travis Etienne. So I think most likely the smart decision as of right now would be Travis Hunter, because you don't need a running back and you don't need a quarterback. And you lost some of your receivers. So obviously Travis Hunter there. And then the Giants will obviously go quarterback. What direction would they go? I think they might go the Cam Ward direction. And at that point, that'll leave us with Shedeur Sanders. Right? That's what I would predict as of if the season ended now. As of right now, as of November 27th, 2024. That's my outlook on the draft. Now, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was done. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I just feel like, you know, I'm not really worried about where we land. I think the obvious is, you know, for most parts, it seems like everything's trending towards Shedeur Sanders, and we've talked about it a few times where, you know, and it's been said that Deion Sanders will, you know, tell some teams no. So even if we're 3rd or we slide down to 6. Whoever that is, you know what I'm saying, in between that, I believe Dion might say no. I mean, I don't have the list of who's right now on top of my head who's in line, but some of these teams I don't even think is going to be an option for Shador. So and again, it seems like everything's trending towards we're one of those teams. So if we slide down to 6 or whatever because we won a couple of games, I think we'll still get what we need to get.
What we need, yeah, because we have a lot of positions of needs. A lot of people are gonna say, no, we don't. We just need a quarterback. No, we need more position of needs. There's a lot. Running back for 1, offensive line for 2, quarterback for 3. I mean, quarterback you could say is number 1. This is on no particular order or ranking, but obviously quarterback, running back, offensive line, tight end is set. We're good on tight end. Defensive line, I think we're good on defensive line. I think we need some depth for sure. I think we're good on defensive line though, because we could get Christian Wilkins back. If we could get Malcolm Kuntz back healthy and a cheap deal, we'll be fine there. And then obviously the cornerback position for sure. But in my opinion, right, as of right now, the cornerback position, the offensive line position, one of the receivers, and I would say a linebacker or 2 should be dealt with the cap space in free agency. In my opinion, those positions should be free agents. Quarterback, running back should be in the draft, because there's been a lot of good running backs that came out of the second round, y'all. A lot of good running backs. So, and there's a lot of good running backs entering this year. A lot of good running backs, I'll tell you. But obviously that we actually have the number 2 pick if the season ended. I've been seeing a lot that it's been saying number 3. I don't know how that works. Yeah. I know I've been seeing a lot of number 2s. A lot of people have been saying number 2, but I looked up in like 6 different sites and it's been saying number 3. I don't know, right? The full extent, but even if we have the number 2 or 3, we're still getting our quarterback because Jacksonville's not going quarterback. So we're either or getting our quarterback. So it's gonna be good. But shout out to Circus in the building. He says shout out to the GOAT Minshew. He kept his interception streak alive before going down. Truly a Raider of all time. Circus, our fellow troll in the building. It was good, Circus, man. Shout out to Navy Van. I don't know if I salute you, but shout out to everybody coming on there, man. Blessings.
What I'm seeing in the draft is there's going to be a lot of good D tackles that are going to get pushed down to 4th and 5th, and we definitely need D tackle. Running back is another room where you're going to get value in that 4th and 5th. And again, like I said last year, when we were talking about linebackers, I said, hey, there's going to be value at linebacker in the 5th round, and we end up getting Eichenberg. So there's going to be some quality guys in that 4th and 5th round, again, at D tackle and at running back that I'm seeing. There might be some other rooms too, but those are 2 positions that I think we can get somewhere in that 4th and 5th. And again, when we look at the draft picks that we do have, we got a whole bunch of 6th round picks. So, that can play also too, because if it bumps down, we can pull the trigger on the 6, or we can use those 6 to move up and get what we need to get in those 4th and 5th rounds. So there's a lot to play around with, but it's just where we're selecting things. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it would be lovely to have an Ashton Genty, right? But there's going to be some other guys at running back that not are going to be of that caliber, but they'll be a solid running back for us. Because again, let's be real honest. What do we really have at running back?
Not much, man. And Circus, I agree with you too. I always said this since the start. I'm a Ward guy over Sanders. I like Ward better than Sanders. Just because there's a lot of stipulations, right? His dad, that's already causing a lot of publicity. I don't like that much on the Raiders, even though we've caught a lot every season. But not only that, just in my opinion, when I watch the film, I like Ward better than Sanders. But at the end of the day, would I be mad? Like I said, would I be mad at Sanders? Hell no. And not at all. Not at all. He's still a good enough quarterback, and that could really shine in the NFL. It kind of reminds me of a less speed Jaden Daniels, but still good, accurate step up in the pocket, get out of the pocket if needed type of guy. Vision is there and all those different things. And at the end of the day, he's leading Colorado into a really good season. So, you know, and he's got some good receivers, man. You know, some people may say, oh, it's because Travis Hunter and that's the reason Sanders. So no, he's got more receivers than just Sanders. That's over there that he's making shine. So, I mean, you know.
And it's funny because we agree, but we disagree because you like Cam Ward, I like Shador. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But ultimately, me and you are on the same page as of it. One of those guys, whether it's Cam Ward or Shador, it's all good with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's where that's at. So I put out a live on that too. But that it's just ironic that we agree on that, but we're different of who we will put ahead of each other. Both of those guys are good.
Yeah, they are. And like I said, you know, it's we're in good position for either or. And I hope that, you know, I want to win and I want to win now. And it just wasn't that season where we win now, but it's a season where, hey, let's see what we got at this point, right? Let's see what we got on this team so far, see who we're going to kick out next year. And then entering next year, we got the cap space and the draft picks to build a team that could really compete. And, you know, at the end of the day, for me, with the whole Antonio Pierce saga and everybody saying, oh, fire him now. The only reason why me personally, I don't want to fire him is because I want to see what he can do with a talented team and a talented team in prime positions. What I mean is in quarterback play, in the coordinator play. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, I don't know why, like I said, I drank the Kool-Aid. You know, I was wrong, just like a lot of people, you know, drank the Kool-Aid. But I will say that Antonio Pierce is a defensive guy. And yeah, recently the defense has been rocky. But in the first half of the beginning of the season, our defense was really good and did enough to win games. And our offense couldn't get there. And it's all because, again, Luke Getsy was a questionable coordinator. When we got Luke Getsy, I did say that it would be better than Bo Hardgrave. I did say that, and I still believe that. But the problem with Luke Getsy was the questions that came again. You know, I sound like a broken record saying it every live, but he was a person that had questions around him. People were questioning, was it Justin Fields? Was it him? Right? Those were one of the prime, you know, questions. So obviously, you know, when you have a coordinator that has that many questions and you have a coach that is his first year coaching pretty much, what did you expect? And what did I expect? I drank the Kool-Aid, like I said. So for me, I want to see Antonio Pierce here another year. I'm not a type of dude to be like, oh, the head coach was bad 1 year, fire him already, get him out of here. Just like, look at Josh McDaniels, for instance, right? Did I want him out of there already? Yeah. But they gave him another season to see what he could do. I mean, technically, a little bit. And then they fire him, obviously. They ended up firing him. And then obviously that's when Antonio Pierce took over. So for me, I want to see Antonio Pierce with a better talented team and a quarterback and a offensive coordinator, in my opinion, with that whole saga, you know.
Yeah. It's very interesting. It's very interesting that we're using the same playbook, but our offense looks different.
Yeah.
and that just shows you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I was one of the ones like, I think it's not the playbook. It's not the playbook. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because again, Scott Turner is calling out of that same playbook. Now, that's up for you know, interpretation on how you feel about, you know, passing and running and stuff like that. But I wasn't even mad at him passing it that many times, especially with our run game not being, you know what I'm saying, as effective. Like, I rather be like, hey, our run game we didn't pack our run game today, so I guess we just gonna have to pass this out and try to do the best we can. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what Scott Turner has been doing with this group. It was very crazy to see that when Scott Turner came in, all of a sudden we saw a whole Brock Bowers show. You know what I'm saying? Where Brock Bowers was pretty much getting it in, you know what I'm saying, all freaking game. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the obvious. Like, we know that our best offensive weapon is Brock Bowers. You know what I'm saying? So why haven't we been implementing him into this offense? So it's just it's we're not winning games. I'll say that we're not winning games because of it, but it's just refreshing to see that our offense actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah. 100%. And we just gotta see what happens. We have draft picks, cap space, like I said again, and I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks to just see what our team is capable of as far as now a new quarterback, right? Aidan O'Connell's back. Seeing how that goes and seeing some people step up to really solidify their spot entering next season. Because obviously next season we have a lot of key components like those two things I mentioned, the cap space and the draft picks. But then also we have people in the building that know talent. As far as Tom Telesco, say what you want to say, but he's got an eye for talent in the first through 3 rounds. Another one, Champ Kelly's pretty damn good in the later rounds. And then you have Tom Brady in the building now. And say what you want to say about Tom Brady, but Tom Brady is going to have some influence in the quarterback. So hopefully he's got he really is truly meaning what he means in his letter when he first signed with us, and obviously took ownership. Took part ownership, by the way. But he came out there saying that he's gonna do everything he can to help this team win, and I hope he means that. I hope it's not just a publicity and a PR stunt. I hope he means that, and I think he does. And I hope he could prove me right, and hopefully he proves a lot of people wrong that think that he's probably gonna. I hear some things like, oh, he's gonna sabotage the Raiders for everything, bro. Come on, nah. So obviously, moving forward into entering this week, by the way, before we get into, I'm kind of leaving the whole Thanksgiving thing towards the end of the live, obviously. So hopefully you guys stay here. But I want to kind of get into the game that's after Thanksgiving, which is on Black Friday. And the game is obviously between us and the Chiefs. The Chiefs being the best team in football right now, record-wise. And no. I think they might be tied with the Lions, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure on that. I have to check that. I'm actually going to check that now because I don't want to be wrong. Because I know the Lions are up there right now. So,
because didn't the Chiefs just lose one game?
Yeah, they're even. They're even. The Chiefs are 10-1. The Lions are 10-1. Yeah. So yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So, hey, and by the way, the Lions have showed a blueprint of building a team. They build it from, remember the whole Matthew Stafford trade, They ended up using a lot of draft picks to get some key components on their team, and now look at what they're doing. Which, by the way, let me remind y'all, their number 1 receiver is a 4th round pick. Let me just remind y'all real quick. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Remember USC.
Oh, that's another room.
Yep. So
I just thought about it. That's the wide receiver is another room that's going to have some in the later rounds.
Yeah, 100%. And I've been looking. I don't know, the number 1 receiver right now in that draft class as of right now that a lot of people are saying. I was surprised it's coming out of Arizona, and I was surprised looking at it because Arizona doesn't really have.
Is it McMillan?
Yeah, out of Arizona. He looking pretty good over there, but I also like a couple other ones out there, man. Somebody in the later rounds. He's from Ole Miss. I think his name's like Trey something from Ole Miss. He's another one in the later rounds that I like. So I could go on and go on about the draft because I've been looking a lot about college football recently, and I've been liking it, man, what I've been seeing. But yeah, so obviously now moving forward, Black Friday, Raiders versus Chiefs, prime time, pretty much the only game on Black Friday. Twuan, talk to me about this game, man. The best team in football, one of the best teams in football, against one of the worst teams in football.
The hope is that we don't look bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm already. My prediction is that it's going to be a loss, but I'm really concerned on how we lose. That's really where I'm at with it. Is how we lose. No blowout. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it competitive all the way to the end. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, that could be like also on the flip side, it could be any given Sunday. We can mess around and surprise them. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the upside, I think, of our quarterback play.
Yeah.
I think with Aidan O'Connell, if he's healthy in his hand, I think with Aidan O'Connell, some of those passes that we saw, wide receivers wide open, I think Aidan O'Connell would be able to hit those. So that might help us offensively. Now, that's where it could be, it could be a fight. But again, I just hope that is not a blowout type of situation.
100%. I hope we could come out with the win, but I am expecting us to go 8 straight. Just being realistic, man. I hate that. I'm even giving that now, but
Yeah.
I hate losing, man. I hate it. We've been losing for a very long time, and I want the Raiders to always win, and I'm still keeping hope that we could at least win. With some surprises. These are one of the games that you can make a statement, as far as a statement of, hey, Chiefs, relax. I mean, because they're on their high horse and stuff. But at the end of the day, man, the Chiefs are starting to get healthier, especially on that offensive side of the ball. And the Chiefs, they have a defensive line that could cause some trouble. I know Jones has like 8, 9 straight sacks in every game, like in a row. So, it's a tough team to play. At the end of the day, what I say about this preview is I hope it could be a close game. That's what I'm hoping. That's a close game. We don't get blown out either. And I want to see what Aidan O'Connell got with these guys. Let's see how different it looks with him. I know he's kind of getting rushed because obviously, what else? What else is there to do? I mean,
we got.
Yeah, and then we only have a couple days of practice. They only got a couple days, so we're gonna see what happens, man. He could surprise us at the end of the day, but I hope some people could excel.
Yeah, and Eric, I'm excited about it, but I don't think it's going to be much of a, what I'm saying, because the playbook's the playbook. Aidan knows the playbook. You know what I'm saying? The wide receivers that are out there, he has familiarity with those guys. It's not like he doesn't have chemistry with Jacoby Myers and Trey Tucker, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like he has to relearn all of that. It's just, adjusting to the pass rush, you know what I'm saying, of the Chiefs. And again, that offensive line. I don't know right now on top of my head if AOC had JPJ under center.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
I don't think he did.
That might be.
I remember. I don't think he did.
Yeah.
The offensive line has been better with him under center.
Oh, absolutely.
It has. And that's a bright spot again. Jackson Power-Johnson, which once again, Tom Telesco shows his, you feel me, good in the first 3 rounds. Again, his first 2 rounds is excellent. Glaze is a promising prospect. And, it shows again. Hopefully, we get good, talent next year. But obviously with this game, I'm just looking forward to seeing who steps up, who looks good. There's a name for the Raiders that I don't think he's injured. I think he just hasn't been getting too many passes thrown his way. But correct me if I'm wrong, but Trey Tucker, is he injured? He's not injured, right? Yeah, he's not. I think he had like 70 plus yards this last game.
He's open.
He's another guy that I thought he was going to be a very bright spot this season, but he could have been if he had a better quarterback, in my opinion, and a better play call. Against the Broncos, he had 70 plus yards. That I'm not mistaken. If that was him, but obviously he's been non-existent the first half of the season, obviously for various reasons. But he's a guy that, again, another promising guy for the season entering next season that hopefully could.
Especially with, and I feel bad for Trey because it's like, when I go back and look at the tape, I'm like, dude, that fool's wide open.
Yeah.
Like literally, like He should just jump up and down and say, "Hey, I'm here."
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he'd be wide open, and whether it's Minshew not seeing him or the offensive line ain't holding up long enough to get it out there, like it just does not. You know what I'm saying? So the hope, going into next year, Trey, does what he does. Obviously, he's going to take probably another step, but eventually hopefully we'll have a quarterback that can be able to get him the ball in those situations, whether he's seeing the field or just can be able to launch it and say, "Hey, Trey, go get it," because it's there. It's definitely there.
Yep. And just to kind of wrap up my thoughts on this game, I'm hoping that Aidan O'Connell could shine. I mean, even though he's got a little bit of play, a little bit of reps since his injuries. But obviously, I want to see Brock Bowers, obviously, keep stepping up there. The offensive line continuing the route it's going. And hopefully the defensive line gets better. I mean, the defense as a whole gets better because recently it's been rocky. And this is going to be challenging for them because the Chiefs are no joke on the offense because they're getting healthy now. And Patrick Mahomes, and they got one of the best coaches in football. So, yeah. But, like I said, hopefully we snap the streak. But, it doesn't look like that way on paper, man. So, yeah. Shout out to everybody coming on in, man. Like I said, my 2 cents was good. My 2 cents hope all as well. JPJ is like Andre James killer. Get Matador James off my fucking team. Andre negative 3,000 was at the center. Bozo Minshew can't get ball anyone. A starting lineman from the 3rd round pick. Glaze, he's a reach. Shout out to everybody, man. LOL, just like we didn't need a 10 and number 1. It's a fact. But now it kind of leads me towards a little bit of, anything to wrap up, the Chiefs game. Anything you wanted to say final?
No, not really. I think we'll, they're gonna have to figure out what around Brock Bowers, is gonna be able to work. Because I think, that's going to be the game plan of the Chiefs is pretty much stop Brock Bowers and good luck with everybody else. I think that's why Jacoby Myers, got as much action as he got was because he had, that pretty much that number 1, on not the other side, but for them to really look at. So, and we'll see what Mayer does. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The other tight end, Michael Mayer. I think Mayer could be an option too. So those are guys to definitely look at.
Yep. And it kind of leads me to one of our final things. You feel me? Usually in times like this, on Wednesdays, obviously every Wednesdays, we usually do a segment that everybody knows and loves. Of course, it's called, What You Doing Wednesdays, where Twuan goes off at somebody, and I love to see it, times where Patrick Graham, other times Luke Getsy, other times Minshew, so on and so on. But obviously, because of this week, obviously tomorrow's Thanksgiving, a beautiful, beautiful time for family, loved ones, stuff like that. And hopefully everybody spends it with their family and their loved ones. But of course, this week, instead of doing What You're Doing Wednesdays, we are doing What Are You Thankful For Wednesdays, man. And of course, you guys let us know what you're thankful for. Obviously, I'm thankful for, there's a joke before I get to the real thank yous, right? I'm thankful that the Raiders don't have no win. We have at least 2 wins. I'm thankful we at least have 2 wins and not 0 wins. that's as far as football wise, right? But besides that, man, obviously I'm gonna let Twuan start off, man, what he's thankful for, and you guys in the comments let me know what you guys are thankful for and stuff like that. But Twuan, let them know what you're thankful for, man.
See, I was gonna have a sarcastic one too, but I'll just leave that. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave that for another time. Man, you guys know me here on my channel, here on the 2 for 1 Nation podcast. I don't hold nothing back. I try to keep it very honest with you. Whether it's, about football or whether it's something personal going on with me. And to be honest with you, man, I'm thankful for my faith. Again, I'm not trying to force this on anybody. Don't think I'm trying to preach to you or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, what it is for me. I'm thankful for my faith. Because there's been times this year where I had all the opportunities, and all the reasons to give up. And it was because of my faith that I'm still here. Outside of, just having life. You guys know about my, kidney disease and all that, me going to diet. But I'm thankful for my faith because that's what really has kept me. Like I said, when I felt like I wanted to give up and just say, screw it on a whole lot of things in life, it was my faith that kept me. So I'm thankful for my faith.
And me, I'm thankful for a lot of things, man. First, God, I'm another one not to, throw it in your guys' face, but in my faith, obviously, I'm thankful for God. I'm thankful for my loved ones, my family, my girl, and various other things as well, man. You guys, especially, man, the ones that stuck by here. Obviously, it's not a season that a lot of us expected, but I'm thankful for the ones that stayed, and I haven't been the best of content creator this season, but I'm really gonna try my best after these holidays, man, to really put out a lot of content. And I'm especially just with a lot of things going on in my life and me going back to school and stuff like that, and I got to get those things done. I'm just trying my hardest to find ways in order to bring content. So it's been hard for me, but I'm thankful for the ones that stayed, obviously, and my content, it's gonna be the way it was before, soon, I hope so. And especially with the draft coming up and stuff like that. And well, not the draft coming up, but obviously talk about the draft and stuff I love to talk about. But I'm thankful y'all, thankful for being able to wake up every day, watch football, even though it's been the way it's been, but all those different things, so I appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate everything. I always say life is too short, so always tell your loved ones you love them, man. There's been a lot of things that I've been seeing, and just a lot of hatred in the world, and I think that the world would be a better place with a lot of positive outlooks, in any way, any shape or form you could do, even though we all get in arguments with certain people and stuff like that. At the end of the day, we always got to have that mindset of life is too short, because you never know when your last hello or last goodbye could be to somebody. And you never, especially for me, knowing from past experiences, it sucks, kind of going down a wrong path with somebody and then losing them and not being able to fix that ever, and stuff like that. But also, that's it, as far as sentimental wise. But I'm thankful that the season's almost over as well. Just getting a little bit of more jokes out there. I'm thankful that the season's almost over, because we suck. But let me see a couple of people what they said, man. I'm thankful for we could all get together and still have fun, although the team is not doing well. I'm thankful the NFL games are only 1 week, because damn, this season would suck even more if they played multiple times a week. Thankful for God, family, Raider Nation, family on here. Life is not short, only Rarick shows is. Fuck you, on that point.
Kev.
Kev always got to say so. Kev being Kev. But shout out to you guys, man. Of course. I mean, anything else you thankful for, Twuan? Anything else you wanted to throw out there to?
I'm thankful for all the subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Everybody that shows love. I'm even thankful for the people that unsubscribe after I said the truth. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just thankful for the community that we have. Mm-hmm. I say it a lot on my channel. You guys allow me to be me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to put on, a front. I don't have to, be an extra personality. You know what I'm saying? What you see from the videos and lives, that's exactly me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you met me, you know what I'm saying, at dinner or whatever, You know what I'm saying? I might say some crazy things, but then I'll also give you some, you know what I'm saying, some serious stuff at the same time. That's me. And I thank you guys for allowing me to be me. And I don't have to, because I know there's a lot, and I see it. There's a lot of people, a lot of even content creators that put on fronts, you know what I'm saying, and do things you know, that aren't genuinely them. But you guys allow me to be me, and that's ultimately all I want to be is me. And I thank you guys for appreciating that. Even when I do lives and stuff and I pray for people and stuff like that, you guys have always been respectful. You guys always been, you know what I'm saying, supportive, you know what I'm saying, whether you believe or not. You know, you guys respect that about me. And I, again, appreciate all of that.
Same. Shout out to Willie Wayne coming in. My 2 cents coming in. Says, thanks to God, family, Raider Nation, the food that my old ass can still prepare. There you go, man. Hey, hopefully everybody eats good tomorrow, because I'm going to eat good. I know for a damn fact. Shout out to Natural Born Raiders podcast, man. Dirty, what's good? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. I thought you were going to say thankful for Lunchables. Hey, I'm thankful for Lunchables, man. They're the reason why I say stack them up. Stack them up, man. Hit them like buttons. I always say that, man. And you know, of course, like I said, man, life is too short. So always tell your loved ones you love them, man. And hopefully everybody, you know, enjoys it with their loved ones tomorrow. And whether you're alone or not, man, just know, you know, you matter and stuff like that. And that, you know, hopefully you eat good, you know, whether you take out or you make it at home, right? I know Thanksgiving is one of my favorite times because I'll be with family. You know, things I could finally be thankful for, like God and stuff. And, you know, just thankful for, you know, eating good that day, man. And usually I would be thankful for Black Friday and going out there and fighting over a goddamn TV or some shit. But, you know, obviously it's later times now. You know, the Black Friday ain't the way it's been. But Black Friday is the time where the Raiders get to play. And hopefully it's not none of that, right? Eric Fake as fuck, he didn't say thankful for Vegemite. I haven't tried Vegemite yet. I said I was going to do it on live. I'm still waiting. I'm gonna wait. It will happen though. It will happen.
I'm thankful for Shirley. Hi, Shirley.
There you go. He said I'm thankful for Eric didn't chug his cat. What the fuck? Anyways, before this gets crazy, because I already know what direction this is about to go, right? He says I'm thankful I could say what I want. And F who hates it, man. That's what it's all about, man. You know, everybody's true to their opinion, true to what they believe in, what they feel like. And I've been a guy that's been preaching positivity the whole season. And, you know, past the years, I wasn't about positivity. I was more about, you know, drama and stuff like that. But obviously this year I've taken a different approach because, you know, for me, I always took life is too short, man. So, you know, I try to be cool with everybody that's cool with me. You know, I don't really get into too much of the, you know, people call it politics and stuff like that. Me, I collab with who I collab with, and it's all, you know, talk about the Raiders, because that's all we got, talking about the Raiders, because the Raiders aren't doing too good for us. So, and might as well bash them, right? But shout out to everybody, man. Like I said, just like Nightbot said, man, if you guys can subscribe, you know, hit that like button, man. And Twuan, let them know any other videos, lives you got coming up, shorts, stuff like that, content, all those different things.
Y'all ain't gonna see me until next week. All right.
Yeah.
Look, hey, I was really debating on doing a game plan for the Chiefs. But no. Because again, I look, schedules. All right. So tomorrow I'm gonna be eating, and then Friday is gonna be the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You guys might see me Saturday. But that's not even promised. But next week, you will definitely get Who Ate the Brown Crackers. I know we'll be back on, you know, 2 for 1 Nation podcast to give you guys the latest news and all of that great stuff, you know, here. And then I'll be back on schedule. But unless a content creator reaches out to me and wants me to join one of their lives, you guys won't see me until next week. So see y'all. 100%.
Shout out to everybody, man. For me, obviously next week for sure. I need to start dropping some content in between the lives because, you know, honestly, I can only do 1 live a week pretty much, unless I collab with somebody, it'll be 2. But you obviously in a time like this, I'm very, very busy and stuff like that. So that's why you don't see me too much around in other people's lives either. There's nothing against them. It's just the fact that I'm very, very busy to be on. And then on top of that, also, hopefully, like I said, I could bring some content more. And of course, next week, same time, same place for the Wednesday, talk about the Chiefs game and stuff like that moving forward. And hopefully everybody's eat good tomorrow and all those things, and hopefully we could come out the dub. But shout out to everybody, man. Blessings to you guys and your families. Tell times never last, but tell people do, man. And life is too short, so always tell your loved ones you love them, man. And anything else you wanted to say to end it off, Twuan?
Yeah, I say this on every holiday, and I really do mean it. For those that are having a tough time during the holidays for whatever reason, I'm actually here to help you. What I'm saying, and support you in whatever way I can possible. Reach out to me and hit me up on IG right there at Twuan, TWUAN, TWUAN. Hit me up on IG. That's where I can pray for you or whatever. If you need someone to talk to or whatever, hit me up on IG. Because I know, holidays are joyous times, but it also can be rough for some. So definitely hit me up there on IG. That is also the same way it's spelled on IG is where you can add me on Twitter, because I'm trying to get that popping too. So definitely Twuan on Twitter is also how you can get a hold of me. So reach out to me. Don't be afraid. And I'm here for you.
For sure, man. Of course, like I said, recently I've been having not really too much collabs just because of the time, but obviously soon, very soon, I'll obviously say it on my own live that I'm ready to, you feel me, go full force again. Obviously it's gonna be probably towards the end of the season, most likely, and especially in the off season. But obviously I'm trying my best to try to drop content for my own channel because I've been doing that. So yeah, we go see, man. But shout out, you guys already know, man. I'm cool with everybody. That's cool with me. And shout out to everybody, man. Like I said, life is just too short. So always tell your loved ones you love them. And I'm gonna catch you guys next week. Same time, same place, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern for the both of them, man. SC Raiders Talk, AK Boy Eric, man, and home of the congregation and the Brown Crackers, RaiderTwuan, man. Another 2-for-1 Nation podcast in the books. We'll see you guys next week, man. And like always, man, you can never, ever get enough, no matter how many losses, wins, you can never get enough of all day, every day, man. Peace out. Have a good one, y'all.
That one too. Excellent.